This episode of the Walt Vault podcast is brought to you by Anchor. Do you like this show and want to make a show of your own? Let me tell you all about Anchor. Number one, it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Now you can even add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless for what you can create, whether it's music analysis, your own radio show, or something the world's never heard before. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. I use Anchor right now. I'm using it to publish this episode of the Walt Vault, and I have been doing so for the last 100 episodes or so, and I love it. It's a great product, and it's costing me no money, which is fantastic. So you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership with ads like this. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app now or go to anchor.fm to get started.
A paraplegic Marine dispatched to the moon Pandora on a unique mission becomes torn between following his orders and protecting the world he feels is his home.
Welcome to the Walt Vault with Andre,
Michelle, Emily,
And Luis.
We are a family-friendly podcast where each and every week we watch and review a different Disney movie. Be sure to subscribe on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to the Walt Vault episode 188.
I'm just laughing because the baby is, as soon as you said hello, he's all, huh?
Oh, he's paying attention.
You said, what's going on?
Podcast baby is here. Say hello, podcast baby.
Hello, podcast baby.
All right,
Oh,
thanks.
he's going into a plank. Look at that.
Yeah, he's very strong. Look
All
at the
right.
legs.
He is very strong.
Look at dem legs.
This is episode 188. It is 180 late. That is true. It was supposed to
Shut
come out a week or so ago. Apologies.
How long you been waiting on that
I
one?
just thought that up.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Been
Off the
holding
top
that
of your
for-
head?
We
I
missed
didn't-
this podcast.
I didn't know it was 188 until I looked just now.
That was
he
pretty
was
good.
legitimately waiting as he was sick
He
at
wrote
home.
that down 2 weeks ago.
Because that was pretty good, I must admit.
You like me when I got a dad joke to bring home.
I was gonna wait.
Holding on it.
Just
I was actually
holding
gonna
on
wait
it.
until we got to
Just waiting for
2008 and be late on that episode. But
Waiting for the perfect
Over there
moment.
sweating
That's a
on it,
while.
like Kill and Peel.
Kill and Peel. This week we are talking about the 2009 20th Century Fox film Avatar.
The Last Airbender.
No, not that one. That's a different Avatar.
Okay.
I
So
was
when was
so
this made again?
2009.
No.
But it turns out that
2009.
the director, James Cameron, actually wrote a treatment for this in like 1994. So he's been
Treatment?
plotting this movie for a long time.
You say treatment?
Yeah, he wrote an 80-page
What does that mean?
So it's not a full script. It's just kind of like, well, we go to this planet, and then we do this, and then we do this stuff, and then this guy falls in love with this girl, and then they fight, and then they fight these dudes, and then the end.
Why do
Oh.
they call it treatment?
I don't know.
That's
Yeah, that's odd. I never heard that before.
not
I've heard it before.
very bright.
But I don't know why it's a treatment.
Okay.
That's silly.
They're performing surgery on the film.
I have choice words for that, but I'm not gonna,
Oh my god.
So yeah,
I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
James Cameron is the director. You may know him for directing other mega money-making films such as Titanic.
Dude, and we watched it the other day.
Watch him.
Ay, caramba. Keep going.
Don't get comfortable. Ems.
I
Yeah.
can sit down there.
Ems is on baby duty, and he's fully mobile now. I don't know if he was like that the last episode, but he can get around the whole house. If he wants to. And he does want to. Stay, baby. Stay.
He's like, nice, Dan.
All right, focus, people.
Yes, the director James Cameron directed Titanic. He also directed what was the other one?
Alien?
And Terminator.
Terminator.
Yeah.
I never seen that one.
This man's on fire. Okay.
This man is on fire.
That was good.
This man is on fire.
That was good. Thank you for that.
It was really good.
He also directed a movie. Well, he didn't direct this movie. He wrote a movie called Alita: Battle Angel, which came out a couple of years ago. I don't know if any of you guys saw it.
Sounds like something that would go
It's-
straight to DVD.
It's based off an anime.
Is that even a thing that happens anymore? Straight to
And,
VHS,
straight to
DVD.
streaming.
Straight to DVD. Straight
Yeah,
to VHS.
straight to. Streaming with no
That's hilarious.
advertisement.
Bankrupt.
And I only bring it up because apparently he was deciding between Avatar and Alita Battle Angel at around exactly the same time. When he thought the technology was good enough to actually make one of these movies, he was like, I'm gonna do one of these, and let's do Alita Battle Angel first. And he tried that, and he did like a screen test for it, and then was like, I don't know. And then he did a screen test for Avatar, and then all the studio execs were like, this is the one. We must make this film. And so they spent $200 million making Avatar.
Dude.
And it paid off.
And it paid off.
Paid off in dividends. This is still, to this day, wait, is it? Actually, hang on. I thought I had these numbers up, but I guess I don't.
Pretty sure it is, though.
Well, let's be real.
This is very high up on the box office list.
It's still the highest, right?
Hang on.
Avatar? So I know it was having beef with Avengers. Infinity or more or something.
That's right.
It's funny though because I mean it's obvious that it was successful because think of the franchise now. I mean you look up Avatar and it's showing you not a preview but like the poster for Avatar 5. Like excuse me.
They got all these movies are planned out.
They got a whole Disney park.
And it's very interesting because I think I remember at the time in 2009 this movie was about to come out. And I was like, okay, it's space Pocahontas. That seems kind of cool, you know.
Space Pocahontas.
That's
basically
Spokahontas.
But people were hyped about it coming out because it was in like 3D and IMAX, and it was supposed to be beautiful and whatnot. And I went and I saw it in IMAX in 3D, and I sat in the front of an IMAX theater.
Oh no!
So I hurt and this is a 3-hour film. Yeah. So I hurt my neck for 3 hours, and I still came out of that movie going, that was awesome. That was great.
Why did they insist on making seats that low?
I don't know.
Make
they
the
should
theater
just
bigger.
delete that row.
Seriously.
Man. Like, let's back it
They're
up.
just trying to sell.
What do you think, Trey?
They're
more
just trying
money.
to sell the tickets.
Yeah, my point exactly.
And even as an 18-year-old, Andre still was like, wow, that hurt.
Wow,
yeah.
This might have some lasting effects. So yes, as I was saying, Avatar is still the #1 box office of all time. Sitting, I'm gonna. Usually we do the money at the end, but I'm gonna ruin it now. This movie currently sits.
It's not a spoiler, FYI.
$2.9 billion, which is just above Avengers Endgame at $2.7 billion, which is pretty wild.
And it's like real close.
I mean, yeah.
And then Titanic, man, he's making those bangers, isn't he?
Titanic is up here.
And then the other one is right underneath it. The Avatar that just came out.
Yes. The second Avatar, which we are not talking about today, is also at $2.1 billion.
So it's hold on. it's Avatar, Avengers, Titanic, Avatar, Star Wars, Avengers, Spider-Man.
That sounds about right.
Like, dang.
So, I mean, thinking about it in that way, like going into the 2009 theater, I was not going to be like, this is going to be a Star Wars level franchise.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely wasn't thinking about it like that. And even coming out of it, I thought it was an awesome film, but I wasn't ready for 5 sequels of it or whatever.
Sure.
But spoiler for the second movie, after that, I am ready for the next several Avatar films. I am all in on this franchise. Let's go. Paint my face blue.
There you go.
Give me the tail.
But are you all in because of the first one?
I'm gonna need you to take it back.
Are you all in because of the first one or because of the new one? That
He
we
said
just
because
saw?
of the new one.
Okay, because of the new one.
Yes, correct. So first impression for first Avatar, I liked it quite a lot. I think this is a visually compelling film, and even over 10 years later, watching it again, it's still pretty magnificent with all of its CG. It's a pretty simple story, but it's a simple story that is told very well, I think.
Okay, me. I was the biggest naysayer to this movie. I had like a full conversation with people in a car ride for like 4 hours about how much I didn't want to watch this movie.
Oh, this is before you saw it?
Yeah, and like how this was going to be dumb and blah, 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 because I did watch it when it first came out.
Right.
And not in the theater or anything, but I watched it at home, and I could not stop thinking about how bad the story was because it was so obvious, right?
Sure.
And like you said, it's simple, but I didn't think it was told well enough at that point the first time I saw it. and I realized I'm really hard on movies the first time.
Yes.
Because again, it's an expectation versus reality thing. And I did that on Loki, right?
Right.
I mean, I guess we all do it in our own way, but first re-impression, I really liked it. I really, really enjoyed it. Yes, it had good visuals. I mean, there was some parts where I was like, wow, that's bad CG. Like certain parts.
And it is 2009.
Well, no. Well, let me talk.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, like at that point, I was like, well, this was one of those first ones. So obviously there's going to be like little kinks to work out. But without, well, and now we know what CG looks like.
Right.
Like we know like, oh, that's not right.
It's very interesting going from like Lord of the Rings, which has mocap in it, right? We got little what's his name? And then going to Avatar, which I think looks significantly better in terms of mocap, motion capture, but there's still like that green screen kind of effect.
Right.
And then like every other movie after that that's done any kind of motion capture, or even some video games, it's like, okay, I get it now. I see what we're doing here, and you don't really see the full potential of what mocap can do until we get to Avatar 2.
Dude, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I thought it was really great. I liked the actors. It was very pretty. I really liked it. It was. I will take back most of what I said.
Okay.
Okay, I'm about it.
All right,
If I had to make Emily sit through a 3-hour movie and she was like, I still hate it, I would be getting there right now.
Raked over the coals.
Right? Luis, first impression.
I liked it. It was awesome.
Did you see this when it originally came out?
Long time ago. I didn't see it in the theaters.
Oh, okay.
back in yesteryear.
But I thought it was good.
Seen it.
Hey, no, that's not yours.
Luis is now on Baby Dewey.
Yes. Michelle.
I really like this movie. I've seen it. I feel like I've probably seen it like 5 or 6 times now. Like every couple years. You know, like every couple years, then I'll watch it. I agree with Andre. The second one definitely now sold me on this franchise, because the first one's a good story. But then now you're working on world building. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for more world building. And it still holds up. It still holds up. So yes, I liked it, and I enjoyed it upon this viewing again.
Indeed.
I will say though that I was not expecting some of the actors that were in it, because again, I saw it like over 10 years ago.
Sure.
And so it was very fun to be like, oh, is that who I think it is? It is. Okay, there she is.
In regards to who?
Sigourney.
Sigourney.
I had no idea Sigourney Weaver was in it. So when she pops out of the little chamber the first time, I was like,
where's my cigarette?
But she has
Melvin
like
was in it.
And Melvin.
Melvin from Daredevil.
Yeah, he was.
Melvin from that's right, he's one of like the bad guys.
Yeah.
His name is Matt Gerald. He plays Corporal Lyle Wainfleet.
That's a real specific name. What is the guy's name who is not, he's like the lab rat friend?
Dr. Spellman. Dr. Norm Spellman.
No, not him.
Oh, not him? Who are we talking about?
I think he's Indian.
The
maybe?
Indian guy. Dilip Rao, who plays Dr. Max Patel.
But where have we seen him?
He was in
Inception.
Yes, I think he's in Inception. He's like the doctor guy.
Yeah.
Is he in anything else? Oh, he's in the Bathtub Chronicles. Okay, that's cool.
So he plays that Dr. Role very well then.
Yes.
Okay. Anywho, that's all I had to say. I liked the actors.
Yeah. And it's interesting, the main actor in this, Mr. Sam Worthington, he hasn't really been in many movies. He was in this, and then he was in like Clash of the Titans, I think I remember, and he's in the second one. Like and it's interesting.
Oh yeah,
like,
it is that guy.
I think from now until the end of his career, he will be Jake Sully. You know, he's
Jigsaw.
yeah, I think he is locked into playing this part, especially if he's going to be in the next friggin' 5 Avatar movies or whatever. But yeah, I feel like I don't know him
Right.
from anything else.
No.
Yeah, I just know him from this too, I think.
But he was good in this, right?
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, he's not a bad actor.
He fits the part very well.
Yeah. And then we also got Gamora herself, Miss Zoe Saldana.
I'll be completely honest. If Luis hadn't told me who it was, I would not.
I wouldn't have known
I
either.
would not have
And
known.
even watching the second movie, I'm like, that's her.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
It doesn't seem like it to me, right?
It's weird. Some of her whining, crying, which she does a lot of in this first movie, I can hear it in certain moments, but when she's speaking,
Right. She's
I do
doing her
not hear
most indigenous
A
accent
voice.
here,
Yeah.
you know, and
I mean,
it's
that's a
good.
testament to her acting, though, because
Right. She really blends deeply into this blue character that she's playing.
she's undistinguishable.
Yeah. But this lady is all over those box office charts as well, because she's in
all those other ones.
Avatar 1 and Avatar 2, and then she's in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. So
She is all over
She's
there.
like, hey, you want to be all up in that top 5? I wasn't in Titanic, but I can
Titanic,
be.
right.
Almost rivaling Rosario Dawson as having these awesome roles.
Right.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, Rosario.
Oh, Rosario. When are we going to see Rosario again?
Never.
Bring her in.
I wonder if she'll be
Trying
in
to
that
spend time with
Daredevil
your
show.
family.
Probably not. Anyway,
I wouldn't cry to have another night nurse thing. Anywho.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Moving along.
Avatar. Let's see here. I think we've talked about everything that isn't the plot, so let's plot it out. Oh, wait. do
Hold
we
on,
a
I have
question?
some questions.
Okay.
This is trivia.
Ooh,
And
trivia.
Y'all have already come up with some of it.
Trivia.
Let's give it to Luis, and then if he can't,
Not
if he
Activia.
doesn't, Olivia.
I'm traumatizing poor Michelle.
So here's
what
the
I
deal.
do.
We're gonna ask Luis first, and if
Why
he
me?
doesn't know the answer, then you guys can answer because they
Okay.
know the answer. Who
Sounds
was the
Are
director
you saying
for?
I'm not intelligent enough?
Oh, is that what I just said?
Is that what you're insinuating?
No.
It's because you don't listen.
Oh.
That's true.
Who was the director for Avatar?
James Cameron.
Oh, he listened.
Ding, ding, ding.
Who was the name of? What was the name of the language created for Avatar?
Jeez, it starts with an N. I don't remember the rest.
Is that correct? The end?
Yeah.
Yeah, Navi.
There you go. So simple. Jeez.
What is the name of the Navi's deity?
Oh, I know that one.
I know it.
Go ahead, dear.
No.
Hey,
oh,
well.
I know it. Give me,
Oh, sorry.
jeez. Give me some time.
Okay.
I was going to get it wrong. I was going to say Tultukan or whatever.
What?
That's
the guy-
Turuk Maktal?
No, but you
think
had
that's
that
from-
nice though. It's from Black Panther.
Yes.
Ukolkan.
Kulkan.
Cool. God. You have
Good
to say it
God.
like that.
How many fingers do the Navi have? You got this, Lou.
4.
Very alien. What does Avatar mean?
Avatar is just like where you're using someone else's body for stuff.
Yes, that is the English version of it.
Yeah.
Does
Like,
anyone else?
Oh, so when Michelle asked me to get her water a whole bunch of times during the night, I'm like her avatar.
You're-
She said,
No,
she said, "Here,
technically
you
not because
take your body and move it over there.
if you were really her avatar, she would get you up and you'd breastfeed to Trey. Okay, that's a real avatar.
Okay, yeah, that's
it
true.
means divinity, apparently. What was the name of Jake Sully's brother?
Who?
Jake.
Jake Sully.
Jake Sully's brother.
I
Trent.
don't know that one.
Trent.
Tom Sully.
I don't know.
It was Thomas.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, I nailed
You're
it.
not
Close.
far.
Okay. Medium questions. That was
Were
easy.
those hard? Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay. Who composed the music for the film?
Is it James Horner?
Who?
It was James Horner.
Okay, nice.
Except for Navi and humans, how many limbs do all the animals in Pandora have, Luis?
How many limbs do they?
Limbs.
4.
Anybody else?
6.
The fuck, spiders?
No, I remember the
Spiders would have
the
8.
like cat
I
jaguar
thought it was
thing.
4.
It had
4,
like
homie.
it had 4 legs, but then it had a couple other tendril thingies
Ew.
coming out of
Those
it.
were tendrils, homies.
That could be a limb.
How many?
Well, tendrils are limbs, peeps. Andre guessed correctly at 6. That was
Ew.
funny. Ew. What year was the original release of Avatar supposed to be?
It was actually supposed to be.
We just kind of talked about this.
2007.
It's 2007, correct?
Anybody else?
And I thought you said 94 or something.
Well, that's when he wrote The Treatment. 99?
Okay, well, I feel like this is wrong now. It says 1991.
Oh.
I feel like that's
can you
wrong.
Imagine if they would have done it that year.
Wikipedia, have you lied to me?
Wiki lies. Where did James Cameron take the crew to prepare for the film?
The film?
For the film.
Space? I assume.
You're in the Amazon rainforest.
He's
Something.
like, bye.
You think so? The Amazon? Okay. Besides space, does anyone else have an answer?
No. Costa Rica.
Yeah, I don't know. The Outback, Australia.
Hawaii.
Oh, we were way off.
Who rescues Jake from the pack of the Viper Wolves?
That's an easy one.
Then what is it?
Rosario Dawson.
The night nurse.
No, not her. Zoe Saldana.
Yes.
Netiri.
Neytiri. What is Jake? I love that it says Jake Sully every time. It never just says Jake.
Yeah, you can't just say Jake. It's Jake Sully.
Jake Sully.
There was a girl in college that was like that. You never could just call her Mary. You had to call her Mary Bonta. Like her name.
Mike Fee.
There you go.
Shout out to Mike Fee.
Mike Fee, yes. Fa Mulan. What is Jake Sully's disability?
Mike Fee.
What is his disability when he's not in his avatar?
He's
It's a
paralyzed.
paraplegic.
He is a paraplegic. Ugh. Luis had a moment with that. Which Navi dies when Home Tree is attacked?
Don't ask me about it because I ain't saying none.
Meh.
Is it
What did you say? What Navi dies?
Yeah,
When?
when the Home Tree is attacked.
Neytiri's
Dad?
dad,
One of
yeah.
them?
I don't remember his name, though.
Utacon? Was
I
that his
mean-
name?
Utaka.
Are we really just gonna focus on him? Because a lot of people died.
A whole bunch of homies is dead out there.
All the
I
homies.
guess that their lives were not as important as his.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
they
'cause he's
didn't
the chief.
focus
You're
on
not
him.
the chief.
Etukan.
I mean, what else?
Okay, last one.
Pretty sure
Why?
someone's Uncle Bill didn't make it.
Uncle Bill. You mean Uncle Ben? What was that last question?
Why were the Navi people blue?
Because if they were green, if they were dying. If I was green, I would
because of
die.
the energy that
They're made up of 99% water.
They were blue because of the energy that the spirit gave off from the world.
All right. I was going to use the Black Panther analogy, but I guess it's not that. It says it represents traditional depictions of the Hindu god.
Oh.
So who
Oh, is
knew?
that Vishnu?
Vishnu?
Must be.
So why the heck?
But was Vishnu blue?
I
Yeah.
believe so. Yeah, Vishnu's blue with like 4 arms.
There was like 6 arms before.
I'm a little bit upset about that because
Vishnu.
Oh, yeah.
She blue.
what does
She
that have
blue.
to do with the world?
Dear, can you grab that microphone back? Because he's making a whole bunch of now noise.
Anywho, I don't know why. Okay.
That's interesting.
Trey needs his own microphone.
How many Academy Awards was Avatar nominated for?
All of them.
9.
9. There you go.
Is that correct?
Andre, you know too much about this movie.
I may have read some trivia earlier.
Oh, he cheated.
All right. Moving along.
I didn't know it was going to be a test. So I'm doing pretty good.
I mean, I have more, but we're going to stop there.
Okay. That's enough trivia for the
Teacher's
film.
pet.
We will get. I did my homework early. Neener.
Hopefully you didn't say wiener.
No, he
Wiener,
said
wiener,
Neener.
Neener.
That's right. I didn't have to bleep myself. Like I would for a wiener. Okay, so yeah, this movie
Dale.
it starts out with we're in the future. Apparently,
Yeah,
it's-
you be in cryo freeze.
correct. You can get cryo frozen and shipped off to Pandora, which is a planet that we have discovered, and it is,
It is 6 years away.
6 light years away. Wait, no.
No,
it's-
six
6
years.
years.
He was
6
in cryo freeze for 6 years.
Right. They had to put him out, knock him out, sleepy
6
times.
years I don't get back.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But you get to be on a space planet with floating rocks.
What you talking about, girl? With the amount of naps you guys take, you prepping.
You've been asleep for 6 years in your adult life.
Don't let them
Sit
tell
over
you.
here about 6 years I ain't getting back.
Called out.
Shoot.
Called out.
When
That
you're
was a
ready
good
now,
one.
I'm gonna tell you to think back to all those naps and accumulate all that time and add it together. See if it's not 6 years.
6 years. Sleep. Knocked out. Not experiencing nothing.
And Luis is literally talking about not the 8 hours you're supposed to get at night.
Talking about extra
It's
sleep.
in addition.
So yes, you go into cryosleep. They ship you off to Pandora, and then you get to hang out there. It's not fully breathable for humans. They got to wear like a gas mask.
Really?
kind
Because
of
that
thing.
that homeboy over there just be walking out there without a mask.
Which one? The
Oh,
bad
you
guy?
know which one?
The old guy?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Quaritch.
Porridge?
Yeah,
up,
Porridge.
homie?
Hang on. General, is it General or Lieutenant or Corporal? Colonel Miles Quaritch. With a Q.
Stephen Lang?
Uh-huh. What do you know him from?
No, it makes me think of Scott Lang.
Oh. This is Scott's
Mommy,
uncle,
what'd you put?
Stephen Lang.
How'd you put me? Come on, mommy. What are you doing to me?
Michelle
What
just
did you
put
do?
Trey in Luis's
He
armpit.
is not taking a nap. Mama be leaving you in some very sketchy places.
Sketchy.
Moving along,
These
people.
are not decent places. Hold on,
Precious.
hold on.
You might know
Hold on.
Stephen
No,
Lang from a
lift him
movie
up.
called Don't Breathe,
No, lift
where he
him
played
up,
an
bro.
old
You're gonna
blind
put
man
him-
in a
put
house,
him right.
and some people try to come in and rob him, and then he just messes them all up for like an hour and a half.
Why am I not surprised?
That's pretty cool. I don't know, they made a sequel, Don't Breathe 2. Okay, cool.
And he messes us up for a whole hour.
Check that out.
Kids were actually
we
like
go.
super
Better?
into it. They watched like the first maybe 40, 50 minutes of
nice.
it. And he kept coming on screen and I just kept saying like, isn't his haircut so cool? You know, because he has those
Oh, yeah.
huge
Yeah,
scars.
on the side like
Yeah,
that.
he's got his cool, Brad Pitt army haircut or whatever, but then there's 3 big scars on the side of it.
So I keep telling the kids like, oh, that haircut is so cool. And Addie's like, yeah, I want one of those.
I'm a little bit lost. Why? Why were you telling them that?
Well, because I didn't want them to focus on like what's that on his face because
why
it's
not?
huge. Well, I mean, okay,
Because they might be scared that he was attacked by an animal.
yeah.
It's a movie.
I
Let them watch it
mean,
if they're not going to be okay with him being. Oh,
Uh-oh.
you trying to grade, homie?
Oh,
Oh
snap.
no, you just lost that kid's grade.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, did he?
Failing. the
Trey's
freshman
failing all the
health.
kids. So yeah, we get to Pandora,
I'll say that.
and we've enlisted Jake Sully to come over. He's a paraplegic. He was hired as a Marine as a replacement for his brother Tom Sully, because Tom Sully's DNA was used to create an avatar.
Because they were twins.
They were twins. But since Tom is now deceased, Jake's DNA will be able to be used in Tom's avatar
Because they're twins.
because they're twins.
it's never
Got the
twins.
same exact dinner, which is nice.
And
So-
why
They
did
find
Tom
it in
die
that
again?
dinner.
Why did Tom die?
Apparently he was at a club and then some random old
he got
dude
shot.
just shot him.
Oh, that's right. He was like
Are you
being
being
a
serious?
hero.
Yeah.
He was being a hero at home.
Yeah, he got shot.
Yeah.
Was he being a hero at home or he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time?
I mean,
Oh, wrong place at the wrong time.
I think that's what he said it was.
Wrong time, which is unfortunate.
And everyone is like mad.
Everybody's mad.
Like everyone's mad at him and he's over here like, dude, I'm just trying to like not avenge his brother, but like make a
Like honor
difference,
my brother,
right?
yeah.
And everyone's like, but you're not good enough.
We don't want you.
You don't have any training.
Tom Sully was a doctor. He was a smarty pants, whereas Jake Sully
Smarty McSmarty
is a
pants.
Marine, a big old dum dum.
a Marini pants.
Here's the thing. He never even walks on there like a Marine. He's a chill dude
Right.
from day one. Like
Yeah, he doesn't
Louis
come in all
Woods can't
jarhead,
walk.
which is funny, but he uses later.
Louis said he never even walked on like a Marine. I said he can't walk.
Oh, he didn't roll on.
Well,
He rolled on
Michelle,
chill. He rolled.
That
chill.
was more of
Chili.
figurative language.
I know.
Way to go ahead and remind us of that.
You know, I put Trey in the middle of all the toys, yet he's coming over here to the cords.
Go that way.
Of course he is.
Go. Be free. So yes, he gets onto the ship, or he gets off of the ship and onto the home base that they have on Pandora.
Right.
And all the scientists are like, "Wow, we missed time. You suck. We don't want you here." And all the military dudes are like, "You ain't got no legs. We don't want you here. Get out of here." And he's like, "All right."
They're literally
He's like, "Got you."
they're literally making fun of him because he's a paraplegic. Like
Dude, there's what are those big robot things that they walk on?
They're like mechs. I don't know if
I don't know, but one like literally almost runs him over. He's like, "Watch out." I'm like, "You're the one on the giant thing. He's in a wheelchair. What the heck?"
pilot that thing better, homie. Yeah, so he's not having a good time on this faraway planet that he has dedicated his whole entire life to. That's okay. He's taking it in stride, honestly. So he goes to start working with Sigourney Weaver, who is Dr. Grace. What's her name?
Grace Kelly.
It's not Grace Kelly. We're on Pandora.
Grace Weaver.
Grace Augustine is her name. Dr.
It should have been Grace Kelly.
And she kind of introduces
Grace
him to the Avatar program, and she really doesn't like him. She shows
does
him,
she like anyone?
Well, she likes whoever
Plants.
brings her cigarette on time, I guess.
likes
I'm just
plants.
talking about Sigourney in
She like that
general.
one kid she had to keep alive, an alien.
Right, yeah, she liked her. So Sigourney takes him on the tour, basically. Shows him the avatars, which you would have to get into a pod, upload your brain to the avatar body, and then you can pilot the avatar body in its entirety. And Jake liked this a lot because in the avatar body, he can walk. His legs are fully working, capable, moving. And also, he's like 8 feet tall. The avatar, the Na'vi people are quite big. They're big and blue, and they've got ponytails and regular tails that can biologically link, thank you, to other biological creatures on Pandora.
I absolutely hate it. It's
really?
so disgusting.
Oh, I think it's cool.
You don't like
Oh, you don't like the tendrils?
You like the little tendrils? But
I
you can
don't
ride,
like it.
You can ride a horse with your
I
tendrils.
could ride a horse regularly.
Yeah, but you can't bond with it
Yeah,
like that.
you're bonding with the horse and you telling the horse your
You know his
thoughts.
story.
How about you take some time like a normal person
And learn
to
to
make a
ride.
relationship with this horse?
Okay.
I don't have to look. I don't have to
Okay.
look a horse in the eyes. Okay, I just want to plug my tail into its tail, and let's get on the road.
Ew. And then when they're trying to tame them later, oh,
Oh yeah, they
it's
plug
like
into all
an
kinds of stuff.
awkwardly sensual experience that I don't appreciate with an
Well,
animal.
yes, it's definitely awkwardly sensual because later in the film we see that it is like a sexual connection that two Na'vi can have as well. With
Oh,
the tail.
yeah, I forgot about
It's
that.
like, all right,
Yeah.
so now,
Ew.
all the stuff with the horses and the dragons is a little weird.
So we need to watch them fly this later. Great, I'm so
You're
happy.
right. They could definitely have just had normal sex. That would have been fine. We didn't have to do tendril sex.
We didn't have to do
Like-
the tendril stuff, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, that is weird. Uh-huh.
Plug it in. Anyway, so
Glade.
So
Plugins.
Jake's mission while he's here is to help the science team form a relationship with the indigenous Na'vi so that they will let them like mine their land for the very rare substance called unobtainium.
I'm done.
You
Oh,
could.
very
They
funny
really
name.
could have. They should have come up with it.
Did this.
Magnificentanium. Fantasticatanium.
Unobtainium.
You can't obtain this obtainium. All right? It is unobtainium.
I'm so done.
Literally makes no
A
sense.
very silly name. Like, it feels like James Cameron wrote unobtainium in the 1994 script thing.
And he was
wrote.
like, "I'll give it a name
He's like,
later."
I'll rename that later. And then he never did.
And they were
he
like,
didn't get
"That's
around
fine."
to it. So we're keeping unobtainium, yeah? Yep, okay. Sure, sounds good. Anyway, they're looking for unobtainium, which according to Giovanni Ribisi is worth like, I don't know, like $3 trillion a pound or something crazy like that. It was worth a lot of money. So that's what the military is there on Pandora for. But Dr. Grace has been on Pandora for like 30 years, and she's all about the like sociology aspect of anthropology, thank you, of the place, and learning about its people and how the world works there. Because the environment is a lot more interconnected than Earth environments are. The trees connect to Earthang. You know what I mean?
Oh, is there something in it?
Thing out from inside. It's not a
needles in
rattle.
there, dude.
Well, I would use it in another project. No, he can have the bag. Just didn't want him to have the thing in there.
Trace Gate. Stop playing with that bag.
To him. He was enjoying it.
Where's your Binks?
Anywho.
Okay.
Where did it go?
Sorry,
It's
just
right
gonna
there by
cut
the
this
water
out.
bottle. He just. Oh, it's fine.
No, it's all good. I got it. So yeah, his mission is to help with the anthropology aspect of Pandora. Technically, that's what he's been assigned to do. But
Because his brother was into that.
yes, because his brother was a doctor and he was working with Dr. Grace and
Right.
and whatnot. But
Specifically the plants, right?
Mr. Bad Guy Scarface Quaritch comes in and he's like, "Hey, brother, I know they brought you here to do all that sciencey stuff, but I know you don't know none of that sciencey whatnot. All right, come work for me.
You ain't know nothing about that, son.
We're gonna bring bullets to Pandora. We're gonna bust these fools up.
They're
Get in there.
savages. We're gonna kill them.
Yeah, get in nice with these savages.
Kill 'em.
Report back to me, and we gonna get them.
Radcliffe? Is that his name?
Ride a cow.
Ratcliffe,
Say
yeah.
a horse.
Ratcliffe.
Ride a cowboy. Whatever.
Ride a cowboy.
Whatever he's talking about over there. So yeah. Quaritch enlists Jake to be a spy, basically, to go in there and make a connection so that he can get in and they can like infiltrate the tree which has all the unobtainium.
Mm-hmm. It's under Awa.
Awa, which is the tree or the god?
Awa's the
The
god,
both.
but they call the tree Awa.
Gotcha. The trees.
It's Awa.
Oh, my watch just Googled Awa. Anyway. So Jake begins to do that. You know, he goes out there with a pretty closed mind. He's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take my gun. I'm gonna befriend these people. I'll learn some stuff, and then I'll report back to old Scarface over there. He goes in and he is wowed by the world of Pandora. It is straight up beautiful on this place. They got floating rocks, floating mountains, the Hallelujah Mountains, I believe they're called. He can use his legs. He's pretty happy about that. He's running. He's drinking water. He's doing the whole alien thing, and
Drinking water. Because that's alien.
and on his adventures, he gets attacked by some space cheetahs or whatever.
Cheetahs.
And-
More like jaguars.
Thank you, space jaguars, and he is saved.
Space cat.
He is saved by a space cat. That's right. And her name is Neytiri. Okay, she threw a wicked arrow his way and saved his life.
Space fairy.
Space fairy?
Let's not forget, this was after she was going to kill him.
Right. She was about to.
Yeah, but then
rip
the
his head
little
off.
dandelion thingies landed near him.
The AWAs.
The little AWA dandelions. They-
Straight up like Will o' the Wisps.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Yes, exactly. It floated on her arrow, on her bow and arrow, and they was like, "Don't shoot." She was like, "Okay." So because of
But
that,
I really want to.
because of that specific moment, Neytiri trusts Jake because the planet has told her to do so. The baby has disappeared. Watch where you're stepping, dear.
Sorry.
There you go. So Neytiri begins to teach Jake like all of her Navi ways.
She was more forced to do it. Remember, because like the high priest was like, "Oh, okay, Yewa, you know, or what,
Yewa.
Awa, you
Yeezy.
know, chose you, and now you are going to be taught our ways, and because you found him,
Right.
you will be in charge of it."
Yes, you get to be in charge. She's like, ah.
Sucks to suck, girl.
Yeah, she does do that a lot.
My Jake. So she is tasked with teaching him a whole bunch of Navi stuff. So she teaches him the language. She teaches him how to fight. She teaches him how to use bow and arrow.
heard a wolf cry?
For sure.
Right. It's
What
very
was so
Pocahontas.
cool to me though was, and I didn't realize this, I was like, dude, he's stuck out in the middle of nowhere and he's not gonna get back to
Earth.
Well, not Earth, but like he's not gonna get back to the compound.
Right.
I did not understand that, like, when he sleeps as the Avatar, he comes back.
That's how they wake up.
That's
Yeah.
Right.
Which
Dude, that's
was-
some high speed internet, man. Like, come on,
Yeah,
you
it's
going
very-
that far, that fast?
It's fast.
And
It's
keeping that
terabytes of data,
connection,
dude.
Can you imagine that dude had like 400 gigabytes?
My PS5 be buffering when I'm trying to play online.
For like 400 kilobytes. Like, imagine what he'd be doing, like moving in slow motion like a Lego
You
and
are
stuff.
absolutely right.
I just thought that was insane because I thought that he was going to have to come back every night, like run and get there.
Like the Avatar body have to go from the compound back to the
I
forest.
didn't realize that, like, he
I
could
guess it's
fall
because
asleep.
his consciousness like shuts off or something
Yeah.
when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to me. That,
So they
like,
put his avatar body in rest mode, and his real human body wakes up, and yeah, it's just.
so that was sick because then he could actually infiltrate without having to like disappear every day.
Show up all the time.
That was cool.
Exactly. So while he's doing this, when he's back in his human form, Jake is like recording video logs and diaries and stuff like that, and he's starting to like.
Which he hates because
he's like, what am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to talk to the camera? Like, yeah, we got to document. Get used to documenting. Science.
science.
So he's doing
like
that.
Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter Laboratory. So he's documenting, and he's starting to go like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why we're doing this anymore. I actually really like these Navi people. We shouldn't be doing this. We don't need this unobtainium. You know, he's spelling it all out to the
job.
audio logs. I'm trying to remember what the bad guys are doing at this point. The bad guys being the American military.
It's so
Honestly, they've just been
frustrating
prepping.
Right. They're just getting ready to move in.
Yeah.
because they are ready to like
Take down the
this
town.
tree immediately.
Yes, they really want to take down the tree.
And he gives him 3 months.
Yes.
Scarface.
Scarface gives him 3 months to go and learn and get involved and get these people to move away from the tree. But what the government doesn't really understand is that the tree it's not just a tree. It's not even just like something that they worship, but it is literally interconnected, a part of the planet. And when you destroy a tree like this, it like disrupts the entire ecosystem of Pandora.
It was super interesting. I was reading this factoid about like the botany piece of this movie, and they brought in a real well, I guess it's a botanist. They brought in a gal out of Riverside here in California.
Shout out.
Who specializes in like special plants and the way they grow and their interconnectedness. And so she was doing all of the advising to Sigourney in the way in which she like not so much the acting, but like this is how they would actually interact.
Right.
So when you're looking at these plants, this is the way you should approach it versus just like, oh, these plants are cool.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, they light up. That's pretty nice.
Right. So I thought that was really interesting that they actually took that from something that happens, not so much that we have like this tree of life,
Right.
but that plants can really do that. I did not know that.
Yeah, I
that
didn't
it
know
can
plants
have
could
not.
communicate.
It doesn't have like a consciousness, but one plant can like take down other plants around it,
Right.
which I think is cool. Well, not cool in this
Super
instance,
cool.
but in general, pretty awesome.
Yes, indeedy.
Indeedy.
So yes, those 3 months are ending, and Jake is catching feelings out here. He is fully in love with Neytiri.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. He's like, dang girl, you don't really swept me up. I'm not loving you in your world now. I don't want to go back to these whiteys. So
I don't want to go back to these whiteys, please. Please stop.
He's bluey, okay?
I'm blue now.
I'm blue, da boo dee da boo da. So as the mission gets closer, Jake starts feeling more and more guilt about possibly destroying this tree, and so he ends up warning the Na'vi that the Sky People, which is what they call
And Grace,
the
too,
Earthlings,
yeah.
yes, that they're coming, and the tree's about to come down, and we all need to get out of here for all of our safety.
So sad.
It's quite sad. And this is where Neytiri feels utterly betrayed by Jake Sully, because he lied to her and he betrayed her. And he's just been one of them demon Sky People all along.
I mean, and they already like committed themselves to themselves.
Oh yeah, they already plugged in, you know?
Oh my God.
Oh, they linked up, dude.
Oh,
They
please
sneaky
stop.
linked it.
I like how she was trying to sell him off. Girl, hold on to your baby.
I know, why don't you hold him? Why are you passing him off to everybody else?
Hold him. Get yourself comfy.
Oh my God.
His elbows over here digging on my ribs. He's got cute elbows.
Cute elbows. What was I just saying? I completely forgot what we were talking about. This baby is distracting.
You said something nasty.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But they've already it's cool that I don't know, but with the other guy who was kind of against them, I thought that they were betrothed and couldn't break that. I was under the impression that she was the princess and he was the first in line, so they had to get married.
Right.
That was the idea at some point.
Yeah, I think
Until
so.
Jake Sully came slithering in.
Right. Because she is the princess, and that dude is poised to be the next chief, I think.
He slithered into her sack of arrows.
Oh no!
Please stop.
Slithered right in. Tendrils abound. So yeah, that dude has been around, but since Jake Sully has come around, Neytiri has committed herself to him. What was that dude's name? I'm trying to find it out. But.
I don't know, but I would be pretty bitter too because she's awesome.
Right.
She cries a lot, but she's awesome.
Sute?
Yeah.
Sute. Yeah, that's the other guy. The what's the dude's name in Pocahontas?
John Smith?
Nope, the other guy.
Kokomo.
Kocoum.
I was going to say
Yeah.
Tokomom.
I just need everyone to know that Luis really likes Coco. The other day, she was like, the other day, Luis was like, hey, there's nothing wrong with Coco because if you listen to, what is that song? Just Around the River Bend.
Uh-huh.
She's like, I don't want to marry Coco. Luis is like,
Marry Kokomo?
he's just out there trying to protect the tribe, girl.
Right.
You're going to have a nice life with him.
I got these 2 bear paws tattooed on my chest. I'm gonna protect you, girl. Leave John Smith alone.
Leave that white man alone.
And she's like, no, Daddy, I love him. So basically that's where we're at this point. Sky People are coming to attack, and Jake Sully is now actively fighting against them, right? He's with the Na'vi, and they get video footage of him attacking a tractor or whatever, and Quaritch's like, we sent this boy in there. What the heck does he think he's doing? Let's get him. And they send the boys they send the boys in to track him down. Let's recover Jake Sully at all costs. So I believe some action starts happening. Where is my plot at? There it is. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't mention that Jake made friends with pilot Trudy Chacon, played by Michelle Rodriguez, homie, Fast and Furious homie. she's here. So she is, obviously a part of the military effort there. She's a pilot, but at a certain point, she starts getting fed up with Quaritch's whole agenda as well, and she's like, I didn't sign up for this.
I love her, man.
She's great. So she goes in to airlift Jake, Grace, and Dr. Norm back out to Grace's outpost so they can escape. Grace,
I really like. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
go ahead.
really like the arc of Norm's character because, like we talked about, at first he was like, "I hate you, Jake Sully."
Right.
Right, because
You're useless.
you're useless.
You're
Your
not your
brother, was the one that was supposed to be here. But then he is like flabbergasted that Jake knows nothing about what he's going to get himself into.
Right.
And then he gets chosen and Norm's like, you freaking kidding up in here? And Jake's like, nah, I'm totally not kidding.
Yeah.
But he comes around and he ends up being invaluable at the end,
Right.
which I really appreciate.
Yes. And he also has an avatar, so he's sometimes just a doctor.
Does he come back?
Yes.
Okay. Just needed to know.
Not
Go
a
ahead.
spoiler.
Go ahead.
So, as they're escaping, as the humans are destroying the home tree, Grace is shot during the escape. Jake regains the Navi's trust by connecting his mind to that of Toruk, which is a dragon. Toruk Makto. He becomes Toruk Makto because he connects with a dragon-like creature that is feared and revered by the Navi. And like they got these regular dragons out here, but Toruk is like the big homie dragon. He's the what is a good analogy for this?
Queen Bee.
He's the queen bee of the dragons. That's right. Thank you. So he does that, and he's like, "Are you not impressed?" And they're like, "We are impressed, demon boy. We are impressed."
Are you not entertained?
So, at the Sacred Tree of Souls, Jake pleads with Moat, who is Neytiri's mother, to heal Grace. The clan attempts to transfer Grace into her avatar with the aid of the Tree of Souls, but Grace's body dies.
All I'm saying is he's out. This was very dumb to me because they just lost hundreds, maybe thousands of people, and they just lost his dad, her dad, all these people, and he
Right.
come in here, such a white man, like, hey,
Can you heal my friend?
heal my girl. And they're like, all right.
I know you guys just suffered incredible losses, but I'm pretty sad with it.
I know it's my fault, but can you help?
Yeah, but they do help, which is nice.
It's nice, but
And this is a very cool idea that you can connect your brain with an avatar and then like go back to your human body. But there's this process that they can do at the tree where your consciousness will be permanently converted over to the avatar's body.
did they know that before this?
No.
I don't think so. No, I think this is like a new discovery, and they were just
They were like, we could try.
going to try it to save Grace, and it didn't end up working. So the new chief, Kokoum, Sute, helps Jake to unite the clan, telling him to gather all the clans, and we're going to battle the humans.
Can I say I also thought this was dumb? I think they're just trying to wrap it up at this point.
Right.
But like it
Speeding into
felt
the
like
third act.
they were going to go get all these people over a period of days, like maybe a week. And they literally say in the next scene, like the military are like, yep, this all happened in a day. And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
did it really though? Because they were going to all edges of Pandora to find these Na'vi people.
But I almost wonder if maybe they weren't. Maybe they were just going to the edges of like their immediate jungle continent. Because
Are you going to the edges of the United States, like back and forth?
right,
But everybody that came, I'm sorry. Everybody that came was like jungle clans, right?
yes,
All right.
So I guess that's kind of a spoiler for the second movie, but Andre's right. They went to the edges of the forest.
yeah.
Different clans in the jungle.
All right.
The second movie makes it seem like the world is much bigger than just the jungle.
All right.
Right.
On Pandora.
I'll allow
so,
it.
yes. Just the jungle homies. We only need y'all jungle homies out here.
Stop.
So and they can fly. They got dragons, so they came quickly. Korich organizes a strike against the Tree of Souls to demoralize the Na'vi. Jake prays to the Na'vi deity Awa.
to demoralize?
It says demoralize here on this Wikipedia article.
Take your morals and de them.
Jake prays to the Na'vi deity Awa via a neural connection with the Tree of Souls. Sute and Trudy are among the battle's heavy casualties. Oh, dang. Kokoum got again. And and Trudy also bit the dust, which is quite sad. The Na'vi are rescued when Pandoran wildlife unexpectedly join the attack and overwhelm the humans, which Neytiri interprets as Awa answering Jake's prayer, which is
pretty cool and crazy, right? Like he was like, please send help. We really need some help. These humans, they got guns and rockets and stuff. And the jungle was like, here you go. And all the animals came to play.
I won't even lie. I was like, how can anyone win like this?
Right.
There's machines, like metal versus legitimate people.
Just biology.
Just people.
But at the same time, they did say in the beginning that like the Navi's bones are made of like carbon fiber.
Yeah.
You know, these are not.
Yeah, where'd that carbon fiber go? All of a sudden?
Well, carbon fiber against like armor piercing rounds, I guess, still is.
Well, they made it seem like it was vibranium.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. So they've got extra durable bodies, but still not as durable as some of these mechs out here. So let's see here. Quaritch, who's wearing an AMP suit, that's what the mech is called, escapes his crashed aircraft and breaks open the Avatar link unit containing Jake's human body, exposing it to Pandora's poisonous atmosphere, which is scary. As Quaritch prepares to slit Jake's Avatar's throat, he is killed by Neytiri, who saves Jake from suffocation, seeing his human form for the first time. And she's like, I still love you. And I was like, wow, she really does love this dude, because he's like little and not, her Jake Sully.
Oh, so you ain't blue?
Oh,
all right.
Blue? Well, you're a lot shorter in real life. With the exceptions of Jake, Norm, and a select few others, all humans are expelled from Pandora. Jake is permanently transferred to his avatar with the aid of the Tree of Souls. The end.
I mean, you worked that plot.
Well, I did most of it, and then I had to have Wikipedia come in and help me out.
That was perfect. Yet extend that into 3 hours.
Right.
It's a very simple story, but some of the scenes are, it's just like, okay, let's go. Let's get a move on.
But they also did a good job of not making it feel slow, because it could have been slow.
I think the pacing is pretty good for this movie overall. Like, it is long, but I would say it doesn't feel quite as long as it is. Like, it feels like a 2-hour, 25-minute movie as opposed to a 2-hour, 45-minute movie,
I would give it a
And how long was the second one? 3 hours and...
3 hours and 14 minutes.
Yeah.
3 and 4?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like it either, though.
Right. The time is now 9:01 p.m.
Yeah.
That's as good. Yeah.
Well paced overall.
I felt it was well paced. I told Luis, again, I was
It
like...
didn't seem that long to me.
I was
because you were like in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
From the...
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
I was really at first upset that he won the trust of the Na'vi people so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had 3 months and he was becoming a Na'vi that fast, and Luis was like, yeah, but you have to remember that the tree chose him, or
The
like
tree
the
chose him.
deity
Right.
chose
He had
him.
something in him that made
Right.
everything that would have otherwise been unbelievable believable.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the tree transfer worked for him, I'm
the
pretty
little
sure.
jellyfish told the ball, like, hey, this is a real one. Don't send this dude away.
Right.
It's like the chosen one.
Right.
Like,
The one.
Yeah, so there was like a prophecy about the Ruk Makto and stuff like that,
Right, which they also believed in. And so when he
When he could ride him, they were like, oh,
he
okay.
proved himself to them. He is Toruk Makto.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes out there, ruins the trade.
And they're like, come on, man.
I know.
We trusted you.
We trusted you, Five Fingers.
So we kind of already went into money about it.
Yes.
What about the tomato meter?
On the tomato meter.
Like it matters, right?
It's high, I'm sure.
This film sits at an 82% on the Rotten Tomato meter.
That seems
It
low.
is
Not even good.
It is certified fresh.
Wow, though.
The audience score is also 82%.
It's the same. That almost
Same for
never
same.
happened.
I know.
Huh.
That's very interesting. The critics' consensus says it might be more impressive on a technical level than as a piece of storytelling, but Avatar reaffirms James Cameron's singular gift for imaginative, absorbing filmmaking.
Does he write his stories?
Yeah.
That's pretty
He's
cool.
the writer on almost everything he does.
That's pretty awesome.
And it's really hard for me to give my rating right now because I'm thinking about 2 so much.
Right. Let me give a rating. I'm going to give this, like, I think as a movie, it's like a 7.5. But with all of the technical aspects on top of that, I'm going to give it an 8. Right, it's an 8 out of 10, almost same as the tomato meter score. I really enjoyed this. It's a good story. It's got good characters, and it's got cool action. And once again, it is a little bit simplistic and a little bit predictable, right, in its storytelling. But I think that the world it sets up is gorgeous and cool, and I'm excited to see more of it.
I agree with you. I'm going to give this movie an 8, especially because the world building is just going to get even better. Like, it's appealing to me. And visually, still stunning and still holds up. Like, the colors on this, the bioluminescence or whatever, like, I could look at that all day. Like, it's beautiful. And I like the story. Yes, it's simple and it's predictable, but sometimes I like that.
Right.
Like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. And if for a long movie, it was kind of refreshing. I don't know. I didn't mind the simplicity. And it still holds up from 2009. So I'm going to give it an 8. Emily.
It's kind of funny that you say that because we are in such an age with these Marvel movies where it's so complicated.
Right.
And you're thinking about this movie and that movie and who died and how and the timeline.
You gotta remember 6 movies ago when then Thor did this.
Oh my god! And so it's a lot of
It's
brain
kind of
work.
refreshing, right?
Yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of a palate cleanser. And I mean, even though it is space Pocahontas,
Right.
I really do enjoy it. Like you said, it sets up, again, I haven't seen the next movie, but it sets up a lot of fun for the future, because if you've never, I mean, a lot of people hadn't read Harry Potter but just watched the movies.
Right.
After the first one, you're like, well, I can see where this could go.
Sure.
There's the options and opportunities,
Which is really cool. And I think what I really like is that it wasn't a cliffhanger.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It ends pretty cleanly.
I could have thought that there wouldn't be a follow-up.
Can you imagine if there had been a cliffhanger in 2009 and then we didn't get the answer to that cliffhanger until 2022?
Like, good lord.
That would have been crazy.
Like Incredibles?
Yeah. Oh, boom.
Boom.
The Underminer. What's going to happen with this guy?
20 years later.
Exactly.
10
dude.
years later.
Let down.
I'll give this one an 8. Forget that. I'll give it an 8.
Wait, Emily didn't even give it a number yet.
No, I was just talking because
sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, you interrupt me. We all interrupt you.
There you go. Thank you for finally acknowledging that.
Oh my
Thank
gosh. Luis the other day was like, I'm not even talking to you guys anymore. And I was like, excuse me? Because we have our group text message, right?
I
and then
know.
like, we'll all just be talking. And then Luis will interject something and no one's responds to what he says.
I'm just over there like, hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Oh.
I don't see it in your eyes. Every time you look away when I say something.
So I went back and responded to something like 2 days earlier, and he
I was
comes.
like, yeah, my girl's got my back.
He came home and was like, thanks.
Honestly, I think that is honestly just our parent brains being like, did we read that text? Maybe we did. I don't know.
Bro, I forget to reply to every text message I've ever received, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's just gotten worse since we've been parents.
Anywho, so I just thought that was cute. So you can interrupt me all you want. Michelle, on the other hand, you've been revoked on the interrupting.
No more interrupting.
I mean, that was like 85 episodes ago, but it's okay. It's just you. I'll give it an 8 as well. It's weird because it's beautiful faux show, but the brilliance is, I mean, we should have watched it at your house because of your crazy TV. Because
When
honestly,
when the second one comes out, you guys are coming over.
okay, because it was beautiful, but it wasn't wowing me, I think, to the effect that it could have.
Right.
So I probably would have given it like an 8.5 for beauty if I had seen it in a different.
And I think I was especially, did any of you, so nobody else saw it? Dear, did you see it in the theater in 2009? Oh, you did, okay. Did you see it in 3D? You did, okay. Well, I was especially wowed at that viewing. I only went to go see it once. And, you know, I like to see movies multiple times in theaters. But that one in particular, even though my neck hurt, I was like, wow, that was a crazy looking film, and I was very impressed by it at that point. So, watching it again at home, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got a good thing I got this TV. I'm glad I didn't watch this on my TV in 2009. It would not have looked quite as good.
And the way that the visuals of his movie are is like it is made for a bigger screen.
Right.
So.
For sure. Visual storytelling and all that and whatnot. So yes, that is Avatar. You guys, let us know what you thought of the Avatar film. Did you sit through all 3 hours? Do you still enjoy it? Leave it in the comments. We are at the Walt Vault Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go to the post and let us know what you thought of this film. Next episode, we are going to be talking about a much newer film. Let's see here. We're going to talk about the 2022 live-action sequel, Disenchanted.
But also a long,
This is a
what do you
long
call
time coming
that?
sequel too, right?
similar kind of, we've been doing those like Hocus Pocus, long
Right,
time coming,
right.
this long time coming.
Enchanted
Things
originally
that-
came out in 2007.
Oh,
So even
yeah.
an even longer wait between
Even
Enchanted
longer.
and Disenchanted than Avatar and Avatar 2.
It
Impressive.
just didn't happen to have the same following.
Right, not quite. But people have been clamoring for the second Enchanted movie. I have not watched it yet as of this recording. I haven't heard too much about it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing.
I haven't heard anything about it, honestly. Disney Plus just keeps popping it up.
That's the thing about movies that come directly to Disney Plus is that I don't think they get as much buzz as they do when they come out in.
Oh, it
And then
didn't come
it's-
out in the theater then.
I don't
No,
think
it
so, no.
didn't. It was just
These are
Disney
the
Plus.
direct to VHS.
Right.
Yeah, they're just direct to Disney Plus now. But they put out so many, then it's like they pump out the next one.
Right.
Because like we watched Pinocchio and it was really good, but it's not like there was a ton of buzz about
watched
that
Pinocchio.
either. You know what I
We
mean?
watched Chip and Dale. There wasn't too much buzz about that either.
Even though people liked it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna happen, and that's what we're here for, to tell you about these hidden gems that are popping up on Disney Plus. So get excited for that. Go watch Disenchanted before our next month's episode. Right now we're on a monthly-ish schedule. So get ready for a February movie at some point during the month or in early March. Whatever we decide to do. I think that has been it for this week. Right? Is there anything else I needed to say?
I am so surprised at the length of this episode.
We nailed it.
I mean,
3-hour movie, hour 5-minute podcast.
It could have
Dang.
been and that's the thing is like
Andre moved
I
along
think
with
that
plot.
appeals to the simplicity of the plot.
That's true.
100%.
Because I guess I could have
Because
gone
Star
over,
Wars is more confusing, right? And then we
Right.
talk about it for so long.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I could have gone over every detail, but it mostly
Nah.
would have been like, and then Jake walked past another glowy plant. It was beautiful.
I will say what
so
I
on and
did
so
like
forth.
though was that pretty much anytime anyone stepped anywhere, it
lit up.
Like you say, it did like the bioluminescence. That was really cool to watch.
That's pretty cool.
It reminds me of Michael Jackson in
Thriller.
No, not in Thriller.
Thriller and Billie Jean.
In Billie Jean,
Yes,
yeah,
and
when he
stepping
would
on the
step, step. Yeah, I like that.
Yes, and we actually went to Disney World, and they have a whole Pandora land now in Animal Kingdom, and at night they have it light up, so all of the bioluminescent plants are just shining and bright and colorful and whatnot. It was a very cool land.
That's cool. Every time my
Do
mom
recommend.
talks about this movie, she talks about her coworker who's not an emotional gal at all, and how she went to Disney World and she went on the ride and that she cried. And I was like, I've never gone into a ride and cried before.
I teared up. Yeah, at the end of it. When we were walking out, I was like, oh man, that was great.
The only time I've ever teared up is when I woke up after my nap at Small World, and I only teared-eyed because my eyes were dry.
And it was because my phone was in his face. He's like, oh,
Oh my gosh.
I recorded a perfect moment of him waking up. But I did tear up when I walked into Avengers Campus the first time. I was like, ah!
Yeah.
Anywho.
Y'all
was
and your feelings,
overwhelmed.
man.
Emotional theme parks. Yeah, check that out. Go to Disney World and check out some Pandora stuff. It'll be more and more relevant as time goes on and these movies actually decide to come out.
I did think that was funny that they built that and that it was so long ago. Like
Right,
originally when it came out, I was like,
It's interesting because I think that like this movie had come out in 2009, and then maybe like less than a year later, James Cameron was like, and we're doing 5 more. And people were like, what, really? Okay, if you say so.
It's like when, and then crickets.
Right, exactly. When.
You thought.
Yeah, so shorter production times on these next ones, and larger budgets. Let's go for more avatars. All right, you guys, that has been it for this episode of the Walt Vault. Check us out on all podcast services. Make sure you're subscribed to find out when new episodes are going to drop. We'll see you next time for some disenchanted goodness. The vault is now closed.